they always trying to make it seem like we're at fault for we're at fault for everything in our generation, like everything that they think is wrong, when they basically are to blame for a lot of stuff that happened to us. And they always just trying to put it on us because we're young and we're not wise enough. Or yo, what up? It's your boy Fiend Johnny here, back in with another reaction video. Today, we're gonna be reacting to BTS BAEPSAE. Not the same video we reacted to last time, but people told me to react to the explained version by DKDKTV. I don't know what I'm expecting today. Like, I don't know what exactly BAEPSAE was fully about, but based on what I was seeing with the closed captions that YouTube gave you, and you know those are not really ever accurate. So based on those, I guess they were. I feel like they were just talking their shit. They were just like, yeah, you guys call us tryhards, because we're doing this, we're the best. That's it was saying tryhard. When they say BAEPSAE was tryhard, I believe. So I don't know fully what's about, but we're gonna find out today. So this is BTS BAEPSAE explained by.
In light of BTS's new comeback, we are taking a look at their fiercest and most political song, BAEPSAE.
What? Hold up. Forget everything I said at the beginning of this video. I feel kind of stupid now. Crow tit? I don't know what the hell that means. He's gonna tell us. But the fact that they said try hard on a thing, I'm thinking they're never listen to closed captions again.
First of all, you need to know this Korean idiom. 뱁새가 황새를 따라가면 다리가 찢어진다. It means when you try to do something that's out of your reach, out of your capabilities, then you will likely fail. Crow tits or 뱁새 have short legs, but storks have very long legs. So obviously a crow tit trying to catch up to a stork will likely fail. Here the storks are referring to people in power, the big companies, conglomerates, and older generations. And in this video, I will focus on the last meaning of older generations because the previous two meanings have been covered a lot by other explanations. Here, BTS is using crow tits as a metaphor for the younger generation, or the millennials of South Korea. They are trying very, very hard to catch up with their parents' generation, the baby boomers, or the storks. They also use another metaphor of teacher to refer to the older generation who are born with a golden spoon. They say this because during the ages of the baby boomers in South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth, and it was extremely easy to get jobs, get housing, and stuff like that. But the economy in South Korea is now at its maturing stages, and the side effects of ultra-fast economic growth have boomeranged to haunt the current generation. Currently, the millennials are facing extremely high pricing of houses, as well as high disparity between the rich and the poor, and also extreme all-time high youth unemployment. In this verse, BTS addresses the social injustices
much bigger message than I thought
in Korean society. For example, passion pay. This is a very common practice in Korean society where companies basically pay young workers below minimum wage or nothing at all in return for experience. The company's logic is because they are offering a job and an experience that many young people have passion for, they are the ones that are actually doing the service for the young people. Emposede is another newly made word that is used to describe the millennials of this decade. They are a generation that have basically given up what many consider to be basic human rights and wants because of extremely high youth unemployment rates and also very low wages compared to living costs. We have many different variations of Emposede to describe the millennials of South Korea. It originally started from Samposede, which is used to describe the millennials that have given up dating, marrying, and giving birth due to
that's this whole generation overall.
Then it evolved to Oposede, which added giving up employment and buying your own house. And then it evolved into Chilposede, which added human relationships and hope. Now the word Emposede is most commonly used because they have basically given up all their dreams and hope.
But like, I mean, that can go for like this whole generation, regardless of where you're from. Like, we're in a generation where like people are not really getting married as much. I mean, not as early as they used to be. But it's like, can they really blame us? Like, they expect us to be like our grandparents or parents that married the first person they ever fell in love with. Like, and like we've seen how that leads to divorce later on in their relationship. So it's like they always trying to make it seem like we're at fault for everything in our generation, like everything that they think is wrong, when they basically are to blame for a lot of stuff that happened to us. And they always just trying to put it on us because we're young and we're not wise enough, or you know how old people get. You know that explanation they always say to try to make you look dumb, that they're older and wiser and they have more experience than you. It doesn't mean shit. I'm sorry for my language, but that gets me really mad. I hate hearing about that. Bang bang.
In these lines, BTS talks about their want to change the system. The word 정상 in the last lines has a double meaning. First, it means normal, and second, it means top. So basically, not only is BTS talking about how this is not a normal situation, society is sick, but also they are saying we are not at the top yet and we have to push further. Here, BTS addresses how the older generation blames the millennials for their struggles, saying that it is due to a lack of effort.
Exactly.
The word 노력 is pronounced 노력 by BTS.
We can all relate. We can all relate. Come
This is a
on.
very commonly used internet slang among millennials to sarcastically describe how the older generation blames them for the lack of effort. Baby boomers often neglect the fact how society is completely different now compared to when they were growing up, and also the economic situation is completely different. They also neglect the fact that a lot of the economic problems that these millennials face
Are because
today
of them.
were in fact caused by baby boomers.
Yes.
For example, housing prices that are extremely high, so that millennials have basically given up buying their houses. These were driven up by baby boomers buying multiple houses in speculation and for investment purposes. Yet many baby boomers simply neglect the fact and tell the millennials that they should try harder, work harder, so that you can perhaps buy a house 20 years later. On the surface level, these lines just simply seem like a cry for help, a call for a helping hand. However, the word BAEPSAE in the very last line is a very clever play on words. Basically, this word would sound like a curse word to the Korean ear. It sounds very, very similar to shipseya or keseya, which are both very serious curse words in South Korea. So not only are they crying for help, and not only are they asking the protests to unite, but they are also calling the older generations.
Wow. See? Wow. That's a lot. What? They try to. Oh, I thought it was. They didn't have more explain videos. I didn't know. I need to. Nah, I'm gonna probably watch that later. But see, that explains a lot. I mean, the try hard thing. Cause you could still put that in there. Like maybe the closed captions weren't really that off, but I love the message. I didn't really peep any of that when I was listening, because I mean the lyrics is not really off, and I don't know, cause it's like it's such a fun song to hear, and like seeing them dance, like you wouldn't really think about it. It's just like pumped up kicks. When I first heard it, it was like a fun little song. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. Like you thought it's a fun song, but as you grow on and you start to read the lyrics, or even if you were not even young at that time, listen to the lyrics, you like, hold up, this is about a school shooting. It's like, what? this song I was really vibing with, like talking about the other kids with the kids. And you tell me this about school shooting? Like, see, I didn't even know that, but that's a really deep message, and I loved it because it makes sense, especially for our younger generation. Like, a lot of these, well, like I'm not blaming all people that like all middle aged and above people that I'm not generalizing the boomers or all old people, blah blah blah. I'm not. You really got a lot of them. Nah, I'm not gonna say you guys. A lot of them actually really blame kids for what life is right now. They really think that we are the cause of this, and when they lived here longer, like how can you possibly think that we have any say or any do's and don'ts in this? Like right now, our generation is probably the most open-minded generation in all time. We are more informed. We are this and that, and like we are still being impacted by what the older generation has done. Stuff like they didn't care about global warming, and I wouldn't say practically too late for global warming, but we're at a point where like if we don't do something right now, there is no going back. It's gonna be death, basically. But a lot of stuff they try to blame it on us. I like this whole crow tit idea, like not to chase. What did you say earlier? A crow tit following a stork will tear its legs. I like that because it's like it's basically saying you're following it's like, oh, what can I say? It's like following a path that's not yours. I think that's right. Following a path that's not yours, it will end up ruining you because you won't feel any passion for it, and it's not your path to take. Trying to be like the stork, like older generation people think that life should go by, especially if you live in America. If you have like immigrant parents or anything, they believe that you come in America and like you can just go to college and get an A, and it'll be that simple. Getting an A is they believe that getting an A in college, high school, whatever is the easiest thing in the world. When a lot of things affect us, and I believe you, a lot of these people, they talk about social media, but if all the older generation has social media, they'll be in the same situation as us. They will be distracted just like us. We grew up on it, so of course we're gonna be distracted by it. Of course we're gonna be dependent on a lot of social media. That's what I gotta say. But I like this crow tit thing. You know, don't stray on the path that's not yours. Like, be your own thing. Like all of us crow tits have to stay together. You know, can't let these storks really tell us what to do. Like, this is our future, not theirs. They're gone in a few years. They're going in a we gonna be the old generation by the time they're gone. They're gone. You guys had your time. This is our time to shine. Okay. That was BTS BAEPSAE explained by a Korean. I'm liking this guy's channel. Like they how much more BTS songs does he explain? Like I might watch some real quick because this is interesting. Because I didn't like a lot of songs. I didn't know the meaning or something like that, or I found out later when I was listening to it. But still, this is great. Thank you guys for suggesting it. I appreciate it. It's your boy Fiend Johnny here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, fuck money, spread love. I hope y'all stay safe, and a crow tit following a stork will tear its legs. Always remember that, okay? Don't go straight. Don't go following a path that's not yours. Don't go. Oh, sorry. I have one more thing to say. Look, especially if I don't want to make this a whole life lesson, but like I go to college, right? I mean, if you go to college, especially like there's a lot of people in college that are going to college just because their parents are telling them to, and they're scared of what will happen if they told their parents they're not gonna go. I know some people that are getting kicked out because they don't want to go to college. I know some people that their parents are threatening them to go to college, and if they don't, they're gonna do this and that. I saw a story about somebody like his parents was threatening his pets or something. It was weird. I'm like, this is really parents that really they're really trying to push their own perspective or their own views of you to make you this and that. Like, what? I even saw this show Grand Army the other day on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a good show. But there was one character, Sid or whatever. He found out he was gay, and like his parents found out, and like his parents like, I know you're not gay. He was basically saying, I know you're not gay because I know you're my son and I know you better than anyone. I know you better than yourself. And I was sitting there like, did he just say he knows you better than yourself? Nobody knows you better than your own self. That makes no sense. And there's a lot of parents with that mentality. It is cancerous. What is wrong with them? They're like, I understand like parents should want the best for the kids, and they expect the kids to just want the kids to have a good stable income, a good job, a good stable life. But you're limiting your kids' abilities and dreams in doing so, and that's not cool. Follow your dreams, man. Honestly, fuck what your parents gotta think. Because if they honestly can't accept the fact that you want to do something that you want to do, then they're not, unless it's something like that's like, whoa, out of pocket, you want to kill people or something like that. Look, I'm not judging, but if you want to do stuff like that, that's out of pocket. But if you want to really follow your dreams type stuff, go do it. Honestly, stop caring about what your parents got to say about you. At a certain point in your life, you got to stop caring about what your parents got to say, because you are going to be grown, or you are grown. Simple. But anyway, it's your boy John here. Enough of me talking about life lessons, blah blah blah. Hope you guys stay safe out there. Remember, fuck money, spread love, and peace.